Listen to Player 2, your first choice in Second Opinions. My name is JoJo, and I will be your Player 1.
My name is Jeff, and I will be your Player 1.
That is fundamentally untrue.
My name is Kim, and I will be your Player 1.
Yeah, we are flying sans Jeff today because you know what? He had a lot to do in a certain little game maybe you've heard of, Final Fantasy XIV, which is currently free to play up to level 60, including the award-winning Heavensward expansion, I think is what streamers say.
So he's very busy.
He said specifically and he pointed to our podcast and he said, this is more important than that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. That's great.
Which is weird. Like, I wasn't even there, but he still felt the need to act it out.
Yeah. It's embarrassing for him that he did that. And it's embarrassing for us that he chose Final Fantasy over us, which I find rude.
Yeah. Especially because it's been there for so long. And like, we just got here.
And we are still out here. Kim, did you know that today, as we're recording this, it was the Summer Games Fest?
You had mentioned that, and I didn't know what it was, but then you explained that it had something to do with the thong song. And
that was
now,
a huge, you know what? And here's what's great is the thong song played a pretty significant part, I think, in the overall experience of the Summer Game Fest, which it's embarrassing to me that that's true because I like video games and think they're art, but also, you know what? I think the thong song's art, and I'm sad I never put the two together in my head before, and now I have to. Here's all the games that are coming soon. Here's all the games. Here's all the games they're saying.
And some of them were wild, and
some of them are wild, and some of them seemed fake. One that did not seem fake was the Fortnite Wilds reveal.
What?
So Fortnite, you've heard of Fortnite, right?
I've heard of Fortnite. I've heard it's a great game to play with your dad if he's never played games before, or your girlfriend who's never played games before, or if you're trying to get into games.
It's a great game for that. So the new Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 3, that's how they're naming it, I guess, has come out, and it's titled Fortnite Wilds. And in Fortnite Wilds, Kim, the Fortnite map has changed once again. So now the middle of the island has collapsed, and there's like a big crater, Land of the Lost style.
Okay,
and there's
all right.
dinosaurs in there. And then they did a trailer for it. And in the trailer, they hop down, there's some velociraptors, and it seems like, oh man, our plucky Fortnite characters are going to fight the velociraptors. It's fucking cool.
Ooh.
And then they go to a giant temple, Kim, giant ziggurat in the center of the Land of the Lost area, and they enter the giant temple. Always a bad move. And in the giant temple, there's this weird object. And of course, they pick it up. And when they pick it up, a new character transforms. And guess who transforms in, Kim?
Link.
No, Optimus Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the wild aspect of it or the dinosaur parts. It's just that's who's in there now is Optimus Prime is in there.
Okay.
That's it. Fortnite. Catch it.
Got to catch it all.
Got to catch it all. Yep. There's a bunch of bullshit that they're releasing that is like, who cares? Like, there's another Pokemon game. There's a Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis game, which starts with Sephiroth, who's intended to be the most badass villain in all of gaming, on like a flip phone from the 90s going, hey, pick up the phone. Hey, are you there? Pick up the
flip
phone.
phones are new now.
Well, everything that's old is new again, Kim, because there's all Final Fantasy VII Part 2 comes out. There's also a game called Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. That's the whole, it just sounds like video game
That
babble.
sounds like a fake video game. Yeah, like I'm in a movie and I'm going to go play my fake video game.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Also in that same domain is a game called Lies of P. Which is funny.
Stop it.
No. There's a game called Witchfire. There's a game called Under the Waves, what actually looks sick. It's a guy who's in like a submarine.
That would give. I bet Jeff's gonna have a panic attack playing that game.
Now, Kim, here's another game called Liz Fanga, the Time Shift Warrior.
Ooh, see, this reminds me of when I was doing. So I've been like filling out surveys to like get extra money, just because like I can.
Yeah.
Do surveys and then I can put that money in my Amazon account and then it's like I have free Amazon money. It's fun. Anyway, one of the surveys was like, have you heard of these TV shows? And it was literally like 200 TV shows. And apparently they're all real, but it definitely sounded like they were just throwing together words.
And that's one of them, right? Like
Yeah.
there's another one. I watched it, but I'm looking at a list now. There was one they had, a first person magic shooter. And they described it. It's like Doom, but with magic. And it's like, you're just saying it's like Doom. It's like you're fighting against the fact that it's Doom, is what you've just said. That it's not Doom. And it did not look very good. But that's okay, you know, because it takes all kinds, Kim. It takes a bunch of.
A lot of really bad kinds.
It takes a lot of really bad kinds to find. There's a new Sonic. He runs around and he's fast. I don't know what else you need to know. Anyway, video games, Kim, catch them.
All.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. This other list I'm looking at on Polygon, it's like the more artsy, thoughtful version of video game websites. I've scrolled down to the bottom and there's just a lot of ads for looking at celebrities with fashion mistakes and wardrobe malfunctions. So I'm just going to close the Polygon window, and instead I'm going to open the thing that says what we do on our show, Kim.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Do you know what we do on this show?
Do you want me to explain it?
That would be hilarious. Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Say what our show is.
Okay, so we have this podcast called Listen to Player 2, where rather than you, the listener, going and researching a video game to find out whether or not you want to play it, we do that research for you, and then we review the reviews of that video game so that you can tell whether or not you want to play it based on our reviews of these reviews. Because reviews don't tell the whole story.
No.
They're often biased, and they're like by definition one-sided.
That's right.
And, you know, it's like when you go to look up your favorite restaurant and it's got a 1-star review from somebody who sat next to a baby. That's not, you need to review that review. You cannot take that review at face value.
But it does tell you a lot about the restaurant, knowing there's babies there. And you could be sat by
There was at a time a baby that you may be sat next to, but probably by the time you read the review, that baby's gone.
That baby's dead.
That baby could be grown. That baby could have a whole life by now, by the time you read that review.
Google's old enough that is possibly true.
Yeah.
Kim, you knocked it out of the park. That is exactly what our show is. And here's what you can't guess, though, is what is the game we're talking about today?
Well, see, if I was very good with my memory, I would know, because you said in an earlier episode that you really want to play this game, but we can't play it until we review it.
I said, and I quote, I really want to get this, but I can't because our fucking podcast.
Yeah. So remind me.
This game we are looking at is called Cassette Beasts.
I don't remember that game at all.
Is
no, I do fucking remember this game. Excuse me. Language.
Yeah, language.
Oh, man.
Language. Yeah, this game came out on April 26th, 2023, as the crow flies. Developed by Byton Studios and published by Raw Fury, who also published another little game we may have talked about, Friends vs. Friends.
Yes.
I know. They seem to be a developer to maybe sneak into a list of developers, or if they make something you kind of like.
You got to get it. It's like an author that you love. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually kind of a way to think.
Trust it. Yeah. Trust if they do something, you're probably going to like it.
Yeah. They're like
Raw
Devolver,
Fury.
but they seem like a little bit, less focused on whatever Devolver does lately.
Well, they seem kind of cheeky.
They do seem a little cheeky. I will say that.
And it's nice.
Yeah. Cassette Beasts is a role-playing game, a squad-based role-playing game. It is described on the genres as role-playing, Japanese style, and trainer, which is a wild set.
That's a huge amount of things.
It's a Pokemon. That's the way to think about it. It's a Pokemon. It's Pokemon plus like weird music aesthetic. But it's a Pokemon is what it is.
Yeah.
You could this is literally what they have on their thing. Collect awesome monsters to use during turn-based battles in this open world RPG. Combine any two monster forms using Cassette Beasts fusion system to create unique and powerful ones.
Exactly. So it's better than Pokemon.
It's better than Pokemon in many ways.
Because I do that. I mean, you can do that a little bit with the Pokemon Go, where you can teach your Pokemon, you can teach them attacks that aren't necessarily part of their repertoire. So you can get like a Pokemon that's a water Pokemon, but it also does like a ground attack or a psychic attack or something. But this way you can actually combine them and they look cool. So like you could have a Psyduck combine with, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of any other name of a Pokemon right now. I don't have it.
Shelter. Pikachu.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, those are two. I was trying to come up with a.
I'm going to make a lightning water type, thunder water type. It just kills itself as it fights.
Yeah, just fucking
blows itself up. No, this game looks fucking badass. Like, I really wanted to get it. It is currently available on, a lot of systems. Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X, and Windows, and just...
Wait, so basically, let me tell you what it's not available on.
Yeah, the PlayStation.
The PlayStation.
Yeah, it is not available on the PlayStation.
It is available on... If you have something that's not a PlayStation, guess what? You can play this game. And I've been told it is a relatively low price point.
$20.
That's good.
And if you have the Xbox Game Pass...
How much money are they paying you?
They're not paying me anything. In fact, it's almost like I'm paying them at this point to play all these great, cheap games for... Well, no, they're not cheap. This is a full-featured experience that you can play. It's dripping with style. We all want it. We all want to get it. We all love it. Or do we? I don't know, Kim. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know until I read some reviews.
Yeah, that is the sticky wicket.
God, it's so cute.
I know. The big three, like what is the vibe of the review?
So either I liked it, I didn't like it, or it was what I wanted, it wasn't what I wanted, it was too much like.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't enough like what I wanted. It was too much like what I wanted. Or it's too much the same,
goofy, just goofy
not same
shit.
Enough, or goofy. Yeah.
So for this one, this is the first type, like genuine enthusiasm. Like people are fucking super into this game, from what I can tell. So, some of the reviews are just barf how much they like it.
Yeah.
Like they just love it so much. The next one is, how you like Doritos and you ask your friend if they like Doritos and then they like correct you into saying like, well, I mean, I like, Trader Joe's cheese angles.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because they can't like Doritos. Yeah.
I mean, like I like the refined version.
Yeah. I'm not some basic bitch.
So that's for this. Now, to be fair, recent Pokemons have been...
To be fair,
recent Pokemons have been bad.
What are you talking about? I'm playing Pokemon Go while we're talking right now.
Yeah. That's not a recent Pokemon, Kim. That one has...
what about Pokemon Snap, the re-release?
Okay, Kim, again, that's not like a new Pokemon. Those are those are vested. Those are Pokemon that have sort of like, they've earned their stripes, as it were. I'm talking like the mainline Pokemon games. They are bad. Like they're bad games. Like they're poorly optimized and like not fun to play. So like, you know what I mean? It's like bad. It's like the worst version of Pokemon right now is Pokemon, sadly. And these reviews are basically saying like, well, it's like if that was good. Like I like Pokemon, and by that I mean this very refined Trader Joe's version.
Right. So tell me, give it to me straight. Yeah.
Well, that's the second kind of review. The third kind is just goofballs.
Well, what I thought I thought you were going to read me the review. Was this a hypothetical this whole fucking time?
All right. This is a review from Steam user. Oh boy. Hang on. I got to read this. UIOUIOUIO15. I don't know that this is a real account, on the grounds that UIO are just three letters next to each other on a keyboard, which means that they just kind of did that a couple of times and typed 15, which seems like maybe they made this account in haste. That name.
What about it? Couldn't it be Oi Oi?
It could be Oi Oi, but it's not. It's UIOUIOUIO15. Their comment, quote, remove lakeside caves.
Wait, is that the whole review?
That's everything, Kim.
Could I hear it again?
Remove lakeside caves. And also, can I just say this? All of those words are capitalized.
Remove lakeside caves.
Yeah. Man. They really hated these caves.
Wow. So everything about the game, nothing needs to be mentioned except they don't want those caves.
Get them the hell out of here. They gotta go, these caves.
No more lakeside caves. What's happening in those lakeside caves?
I don't know, but
is this like when you don't want to have like a trail in your community because you think that that's where people are going to trade drugs?
Yeah, maybe they think you trade drugs at the lakeside caves. That tracks.
All the unsavory Pokemon, or excuse me, beasts are hanging out in the lakeside caves.
Oh, Kim, you might be right.
Teenagers.
The teenage Pokemon are down there smoking their
Poke weed.
Is there
There's no substance, I don't think. Oh, no, but they do have that thing that makes them the Clarify or whatever gives you when it makes you healthy, right?
Ecstasy, yeah. Is there Pokemon are objects a lot of times, right? Like you start like if you're making a Pokemon, you start with an object and then it becomes a Pokemon when you put eyes and make it say its name.
That's the newer version of what Pokemon is doing.
Is there a cigarette Pokemon? It'd be a normal fire type.
They have some lanterns, but
you call it it'd be named named Lusaur, like a Lucy.
Ew.
Term for a loose cigarette.
Going through trying to find a Pokemon that looks like drugs. I have a Chandelure.
I think like a Tangela kind of looks like a nug of weed.
Yeah, I guess. If you've never seen a nug of weed, you narc.
Yeah. Hey, kids, do you have drugs, kids? Hey, teens. Not a narc over this side of the fence.
Slowking looks like he might be going to, at least this Slowking that I have, looks like he might be going to a festival.
Oh,
and maybe Jinx,
totally.
Jinx makes me uncomfortable, but might also be going to a festival. Yeah. A lot of these, I guess a lot of the psychic Pokemon are a little... Oh, and then Wheezing. Wheezing probably would be the closest that you get to smoking, right?
I think Wheezing is that Pokemon that's like, hey, I was once like you, and then I did a toxic stone. And I'm here. First, I thought it was just coughing, and then it was
wheezing.
And it didn't just get me; it got my whole family.
Yeah,
and then it's just like the other ones. That Pokemon has 2 heads. Does it have 2 consciousnesses?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like those girls that are connected.
That's wild.
All right. Well, so I guess when I play this game, I will watch out for those caves because apparently they are terrible.
Here's another review. Steam user Molly. It was posted May the 17th. Right up there with Monster Sanctuary as one of the best monster collection / battlers. Easy recommend for anyone looking for a Pokemon but better type of game.
Whoa.
I love that.
See, I really think that this person is trying to say a lot more about themselves than about the game, because what they really want to say is it's like Pokemon, it's great, but they don't want to be basic. So they're like, oh no, it's like Monster Sanctuary. That like game by Mayo Ria that was produced and released in 2019. It's a platform role-playing adventure game where you have a sanctuary for monsters, except it is available on PlayStation. It's like that, but Pokemon.
Mayo Ria sounds like what you get when you eat too much mayonnaise. I like this also because liking Pokemon isn't cool. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's only cool to like cool stuff. And like this, they had one more line of the review also, which was phenomenal soundtrack, which just from the images, I could tell you that's true. Boy, I like Molly because they're setting themselves apart from the riffraff.
Yeah.
The riffraff who are like, man.
Nobody wants to admit that they like Pokemon, but they're all willing to say when they're reviewing this game positively that it's like Pokemon.
You gotta start from the baseline, which is Pokemon.
Yeah, animals with games with cute animals are they're the same. Dark Souls.
Yeah, Pokemon is the Dark Souls of animal games.
Yeah,
you gotta start there.
Yeah, your base is Dark Souls / Pokemon.
Yeah. Now, this is the part that I think was cowardly. Is they're not? I've been looking through these reviews. No one compares it to Dark Souls.
How about
which tells me that it tells me it is for babies.
Oh, whoa. Well, what about is it like Fortnite at all? Like, in what way could we say it's like Fortnite?
You know what? I don't know that we can say it's like Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. That's and sometimes, Kim, it's like you want to say that every game is like Fortnite, and it is, and So is this one. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's exactly like Fortnite. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, it's Fortnite. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. It is exactly like Fortnite. You can just tell.
I can tell because there's a bunch of different characters, just like Fortnite. Give me another one. Hit me again.
All right. A review from Steam user Arteshi. For almost 20 years now, I've wanted a game that could reignite the passion I experienced the first time I played Pokemon.
Wow. Okay. This person's horny for Pokemon. Got it.
No, they're not. Well, you think they're horny for Pokemon now, but wait till this next sentence. I've wanted to feel young again. I don't. I'm old as blank. But hey, the game is pretty good.
Okay. So like we were playing Pokemon when we were like 10 to 12 is like when that game came out. So let's say this person was like in college, maybe, if they're like old as blank now, because I don't say that I'm old. So they must be older than we are.
I don't know though. I sometimes refer to myself as old because I'm in I'm old. Here's what's fucked up. There's a person who works with Holly. It's like a baking assistant that works with her. And she asked Holly, like, how old are you? And she was like, how old do you think I am? And she was like, I think you're like 24. And she was like, no, I'm 35. And she goes, I thought you were my age. And she was like, no, because she is 23.
Wow.
Yeah. We're at the age now where it's like reasonable, not reasonable, but it's like realistic to have like a 20-year-old
Yeah.
kid.
I have friends that have kids that are in college.
Absolutely. Hog wild.
I'm just in my very, very, very late 20s.
Yeah.
Extremely late 20s.
Yeah. I've been in my 20s for the past 20 years.
Yeah. But again, these reviews that you're choosing, they're saying a lot about themselves in these reviews, which I guess like
it's the beauty of the review, Kim. That's why we do what we do.
A lot of the game is like apparently having these people look at themselves pretty significantly.
Yeah. Well, that's when you review a game, you're reviewing yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. You know?
I don't know if they know this.
They don't. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think that these are objective views.
Yes. You talk about this review. What it tells you is the reason. Okay, let's go inside John Malkovich style into Arteshi. It's like a very small, hallway with a door. Inside of Arteshi's mind, we see, his childhood self on a swing set with a Game Boy.
Just in rapture.
Mom forgot to pick him up again, and she let him down, but who picked him back up was Pikachu.
Yeah.
And Charmander.
It doesn't even realize that it's been 3 hours since the last kid's been picked up.
It has been not full raining, but sprinkling, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The old Game Boy was built like a brick.
The sun is about to set.
It's unclear if he can actually see what he's doing in game, because that's how the screen works.
Because that green screen is not great.
It was a nightmare, but he's never felt more happy and safe playing that wonderful game while his mom just did not pick him up.
Meanwhile, he does not realize he is about to embark on an epic 2-decade journey towards that feeling again.
But he's dipped into Nirvana and he wants to find it. And here's the fucked up part. He didn't hear. He failed. He failed when he tried this.
Yeah.
This is a failure on his part.
Trying to ride that Pokemon dragon.
Cassette Beasts is clearly a good game, but you're still gonna die is the lesson here. Yeah. And I think that's important to keep in mind.
I'm still old, but this game is good.
There's nothing more you could really argue about that, that one.
Yeah, that's a truth. That's a truth bomb right there, bud. Thanks.
Here's another review from Coach.
Oh.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is not every person is a Nintendo fan. Why are we starting here, you might ask? That being the case, those same people, like myself, do enjoy a good catch-em-all game when they come around in order to get my Pokemon fix. Cassette Beast is a really unique take on the familiar genre. What I enjoy the most is the 80s/90s arts. The 90s is when Pokemon came out.
Yeah.
So actually, that's not That's not a thing to hold up as that's not unique. The colors are vibrant and a pleasure to look at.
Okay. Color good. Art good.
A plus to this game. It's colors.
Colors.
That's the same thing that like a baby likes about Cocoa Melon.
Yeah. What do you like about this game? Well, it's got colors, got good noise.
Train. Mechanically, the game is very familiar with what Pokemon fans may have played, but it knows how to get you off. It's very familiar.
Did it say that?
No, I'm saying that. I'm editorializing.
Thank you.
It's cool that the Beast are collected through retro audio tapes, as opposed to the quote pokey/ball that we are all accustomed to. That's
pokey/ball?
They're saying like they think it's cool that the monsters, you collect the monster on a cassette tape, which is square.
Okay. I'm with you.
Like that is a plus. I also like how when you're attempting to catch your potential beast, you use a Walkman in order to get it. So they put Walkman in quotes, which is absolutely wild to me. They put Pokeball in quotes because that's not real. But then they put Walkman in quotes. That is real.
Yeah.
Not to this game.
You could just capitalize it. Or you could just say you're cassette player. Walkman style cassette player.
The game has relationship mechanics and plenty of quirky characters for you to meet and impress. Now, by quirky, it's June, so I know what they're saying, but quirky.
Okay, quirky.
The quest/sub quests are plentiful, and the dungeons within the game are tricky but fun when you figure them out. That's interesting. It's fun. It sucks until then. When you figure it out, that's the good part. I recommend this game to anyone who enjoys Pokemon mechanics with a Stardew Valley feel. It's a charming game that I hope a lot of people get to experience.
Okay.
What I've just read says, this is like if you reskinned Pokemon, and that's...
But with cassettes and cassette players.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. They reskinned Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which actually, you know what? I don't hate that as a description.
No, I mean, I think that's if you like Pokemon. Although it does seem, oh, hey, they have a smoking monster.
In Cassette Beast?
Yeah.
It's like a cigarette?
Hold on.
If they have that after we...
Yeah,
did they
Google Canco. Oh, no, this is Monster Sanctuary. Sorry.
Okay, hang on.
Canco. Kanko. It's exactly the Pokemon that you crave.
I hate this. I hate for those of you who aren't Googling this along with us, it looks like a pipe with a fox in it. It's even more, it's so much cooler, and it was designed by a person, Zudi. The winning entry of the second design contest. I want to make a Pokemon that's about like it's a pipe. This is wild.
High as hell Pokemon. But, I mean, they do have those. But anyway, yeah, this game just looks so freaking cute. And people, they're right. It's like Pokemon. You just can't, like, do you have any reviews that don't liken it to Pokemon, that don't mention that you don't want to get towards the cave? Because by the way, the caves in Pokemon also suck.
Fuck them.
And Kim, fuck those caves. Get rid of those caves.
I think I might have a couple of reviews that don't have to deal with the caves or with the fact that it is a lot like Pokemon. But before we get to them, let's take a little break and pop on back to our
I'm ready.
Show.
I'm ready to take a break.
Now, Kim, I have an important question to ask you before we hop back into Cassette Beasts, and it's an important question. I think you know it is. Do you want to get wrecked?
Oh my God! Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
I'd love to. Because all I have is
we got to get. Sometimes you get a little wrecked.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm feeling very judgy, and so I feel like that's the right attitude to be in when we're about to get wrecked.
Yeah. Here we go. This is from Gaming Suggestions. It was posted as the crow flies 6 hours ago by user Tactics14. Tactics14 asks, something to play for a night or two with the non-gamer wife on the Switch?
Okay.
Now hold on, Kim. Because the first sentence is going to fuck you up. Neither my wife or I are gamers.
Okay.
I used to be a bit of one like a decade ago, but not so much now. Looking for something to play two-player on the Switch. We're not going to play more than a couple of hours, so nothing that's a huge grind. See, they say they're not a gamer, but they know words like grind. Mm-hmm. She likes solving puzzles and finding all the oddball things on a board. Nothing too hard or crazy. We don't particularly like racing games or shooters. Kim, what can we do? to help Tactics 14 finding. What's a game that you can play? What a wild conflagration. How'd they get the Switch is where I'm at.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is an Airbnb situation. Because they're only going to play for a couple of hours for a couple of days.
I'm staying at a palatial guest house
that has a Nintendo Switch
in Oregon.
But doesn't come with games.
Doesn't come with BYOG. Bring your own games. And it's like we are here, and we have to take part in the amenities because we did get ocean sick, I guess. So now we got to play a game because what else?
Yeah, my wife got burned. And I can't believe. Okay.
What are they playing?
I'm going to tell you right now
because they have a sunburn.
I will give you one hint. Honk.
Oh, you bastard! You can't.
Untitled Goose Game 2. It's a 2-player game, puzzle solving, quick, not too hard, no grind, all benefit.
It is all thriller, no filler. And here's the best part. Is it a sequel? I actually don't know. I feel like they're fucking with us when they say it's it's Untitled Goose Game 2. Is it?
You add a second goose. That's all it is.
Yeah. But then
basically,
it's like,
I think you're in the same neighborhood.
I think so. I actually think it is just 2-player. It's like the 2-player update. But then they also have like a teaser trailer. I don't even know. You can be a goose 2 times.
Estimated time to complete is 3 to 6 hours.
That's a couple nights a week.
Yeah, meets all of your wife's puzzle solving needs. It is not a racing game. It is not a shooter game.
It is a goose game. It's got a goose in it. The goose honks and is a menace to the town. God damn, Kim, that's a really good suggestion. It hit. Now I'm gonna just take a quick peek and see what everyone else said. One person said Just Dance, wrong. Another person said,
that's horrible.
Another person said Outer Wilds, again, wrong. Mario Golf, even wronger.
What?
Yeah. They mentioned It Takes Two. That is also like incorrect. Snipper Clips is closer, but the correct answer is, of course, Untitled Goose Game. Or I would say that because the real correct answer is Fortnite.
Well, yeah, of course, Fortnite, because but that's sort of a shooter game.
Well,
what about
so it's
Among
not,
Us?
It's not, well, okay, Kim, it's not Among Us because Among Us isn't a puzzle. Fortnite is a puzzle. Puzzle is, where the hell is everyone else who's playing this right now? Because I don't know where they are.
What about Fall Guys?
You can see all the other people, so that makes it that's actually closer to a shooter, if you ask me.
You think so?
Yeah, because I can see everybody. Fortnite, I don't know where the hell anybody is. Also, a lot of that game is building, cutesy building, you know? So that's the answer.
Yeah. Donut County is a great game, but it's a 1-player game.
Yes.
But it is puzzle solving. And so, like, if your wife has never played games, but you are better at the controller, she can help. So 2 people can play a 1-player game.
Yeah.
Successfully.
I know.
Also, it's $13.
Well, Kim, I hate to say it, Fortnite is free.
Okay, well, yeah, and if you're only going to play it for like 3 hours, play Fortnite.
Yeah, 3 hours is about as much as the Surgeon General recommends.
Yeah.
That's a streamer, Surgeon_General.
Yep.
That's got to be a real streamer, right? I didn't just stumble into that. You know what? Fuck it. Because I said it, that made it real. Kind of like with the cigarette Pokemon. Are you ready for some more reviews, Kimberly?
Yeah. Did you just call me Kimberly?
I did. I meant to say Kimothy. Sorry.
Okay.
This is from Dusty. This game was made by what? 2 chaps and their energy drinks? And it's incredible. Like, actually remarkably impressive, welcoming, enjoyable, and just addictive as hell. Jedi Survivor can't even load. It was made by hundreds and cost millions to make. Well done, Byton Studio. Thanks for yet again proving you indie devs make gaming fun. You indie devs. This is becoming hurtful as I read it. Also, 1,000 out of 10 for the soundtrack. Holy hell, it slaps.
Oh, okay.
I know.
All right.
This is you know how you have like a drunk relative who's proud of you?
Yes.
And it's like it starts off like they're being really nice, And
They're like, oh, it's so great. Your face is so great. The way it's round and like very big. And you just absolutely rock the fact that your clothes don't fit.
those other girls who are thin and pretty, you, baby, you are going to outlast all of them.
Yeah. Just because they have lots of money and everybody's paying attention to them.
They are beautiful now. And maybe for like 20 years they're going to be now. But you are you're going to just stay the course.
You have nothing, but you are still going.
You're right in the...
With the little tiny bit that you were given. Almost nothing.
You're in the meatiest part of the curve. And I'm not just saying that because you got a little bit extra on you. You're in the meaty part of the attractiveness curve. And that's right where you want to be. That's this review.
I just sent you a screenshot, or it's not a screenshot, it's a picture of my screen because I'm fucking 75 years old.
So for those of you listening, Cam, who's on a computer, took out her phone, took a picture of the screen, and then
I see nothing wrong with that, and then sent it to the group chat because I wanted you to see this picture because this is Cassette Beasts if they did Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
These three characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is Daphne, Velma, and Fred.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and I love it.
God.
I mean, they're so cute, but absolutely. And why is Velma always thick? Anyway.
I love that about her. I love a thick queen like Velma.
Why can't Daphne be thick? Why is it always Velma? Because you can't be like smart and thin and dopey and popular and fat. Like, why do they have to make the smart, nerdy one thick every time?
I think it's because narratively, because of the modern times we live in, Kim. They need to show that this person isn't attractive, but they do still have value.
What's their value?
That they're thick. That's the value.
Yeah. All right.
I kind of lost the plot there a little bit.
You kind of your train got like lost and it went into a tunnel and like it should have come out. It should have come out and we were waiting for it. We were like, God, it's been in that tunnel for a long time.
You know what? It did. It derailed when it saw Fit Queen Velma. I just crashed. I just couldn't help it. Sorry.
That's all right. Happens to the best of us.
Here's a review from the user A. Just the letter A.
Good for them.
And I'm going to read, this is one of those ones where it's a two-parter where there's a review. And like most reviews on Steam don't allow comments wisely because they know that if anyone was talking about the review, it would probably hurt them, which is why our show exists. We have found their weakness. But reviewer A says, you can't pet the monsters.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like with the Zelda not being able to pet the dog.
I know.
But like, just let you pet the monsters.
You can't pet the monsters. But then there's a reply from Burleytown. Yet.
Ooh, see, that's
that.
Positive.
Even Burleytown's like, listen, I agree with you. They dropped the ball on this part, but
don't give up hope.
They could still pull this one out. They could still have us. We could pet these boys.
They yes-anded.
We're going to be able to pet these monsters. You don't even worry about it. We're going to pet these monsters, by God.
By God.
By God.
These monsters.
Now, I'm going to read this next review from user Flumed. They might mention Pokemon in it. They might not. They don't. This is from Flumed. The gameplay at times can be a blast, but it can also get pretty chaotic. First and foremost, the world is quite tiny for an open world type. The in-game music varies from awesomely original to filler I've heard in every other small indie game of varying type. Status effects are chaotic to an insane degree. There are 98 according to the wiki. The game will at times explain them, but when suddenly there's a dozen indicators in battle, it's not easy to follow, and the game is so new it's not viable to find a competent guide to provide some much needed in-depth explaining. So this review is wild thus far.
This person just had to say something.
The game is fun, but can get chaotic, which is not, so that's not fun. You don't like when it's all over. The second thing though is what I don't get. It's quite tiny for an open world. That's not what an open world is.
Also, it's not chaotic if it's small.
Yeah, it's like within a given, it's like within this little space, it's fine. They say that they like some of the music is great and some is filler, as opposed. So like,
also, it's not an open world game, guy.
so the things that there are things they like that they like a lot, but then there are things they don't like, which they hate far more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Status effects are chaotic to an insane degree. There's 98 according to the wiki. I don't know how to I don't know what that means. Like
status effects.
I think what they're saying is the game is complicated and they probably don't signpost it very well.
Okay.
Right now I'm playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon 2. They just have a chart in game like this is what all the icons mean. That is a problem, but I don't know if that's a problem that would keep me from not playing the game for 35 hours. The scaling is confusing too. How is it that I trample the trainer 5 levels above me, but am obliterated by something 2 levels below? So
probably has something to do with status effects.
Possibly. You know what, Kim? I was going to say that because I feel like if they're 2 levels below you, that means that maybe you should be more on your grind to stop that. Because it was 5 levels higher than you. You know the status effects, you could beat them. Like that's. You know what I mean?
They're not that much better than you. If they're a fire Pokemon and you're a water Pokemon, like, watch out.
If you're a better trainer, you can beat. So you're saying you're mad you were Ash Ketchum, but then Ash Ketchum beat you, then you became Brock, is what I'm hearing. There's not much that's intuitive to the in-depth battle mechanics, and the learning curve is steep. That being said, if you like a lot of chaos, maybe this game is more. That said, if you like a lot of chaos, maybe this game is more your speed than it is mine.
Okay, so this is the overall a negative review.
Yeah.
They even found fault with the music.
So I will sum this up in 3 words. It's too hard.
It's too hard. Is this person a baby? They don't like all the music.
I don't see other games they have. They're hiding it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what other games they have, but I do know that they did say all the stuff they said, which means the game's too hard.
Game's too hard. I mean, I can respect that.
Yeah, a hard game is not a bad game, and but a bad game is bad. A bad game can be worse if it's hard.
Yeah,
but a game that's hard isn't bad. Like Dark Souls.
Like, it's similar to Dark Souls. This game is hard.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of mechanics. It's got a lot of detail.
Okay, so now that means we found it then, right? Like this is like Dark Souls.
It is like Dark Souls. Yeah,
Thank
it's very
God.
similar to Dark Souls.
It took us so long.
Yeah, let's quit while we're ahead.
Let's quit while we're ahead. No, we can't though.
Do we got another one?
What was it? Well, okay.
Give me a short one. Come on.
Okay, I'll find it.
We don't have Jeff here to buffer us, so we gotta give me one last little.
This is from user Saki. SOCKY. It's a bit of a poem, actually.
Not like the drink, but like a sock.
Yeah. Do you feel it? The lack of wind, but abundance of air. We're all in the same ship, floating somewhere without any aim, but at least we're together as we tether and link our arms as we think that there's no getting out here. I don't know you, but we'll make the most of wherever we are now. Slow floating under the stars now. It's okay to be uncertain, because I'm certain. It's fine to be floating here for a while with you, wherever we are now. Did that help you decide?
It definitely made it feel more like Stardew Valley. For some reason. I just had that now I have those vibes, which I wasn't getting until that review.
Yeah, no.
I can't tangibly tell you why I feel that way.
Oh my God. You know what's funny is like, yeah, as I was saying those words, I was like, this is giving me Stardew Valley energy.
Yeah, real Stardew Valley vibes where people they get all misty-eyed about it. But nobody's really done that with this game until this review.
Yeah.
Or they feel like everything's going to be okay, that's a massive game. Like that's it's
a big plus.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's no notes. You know what? No notes. That's great.
I'll give us one more and then we can decide we've done enough of the important comedy work. Second to last review, you know how the show works, from Steam user Anno. Anno writes, potential masterpiece. Feels like Pokemon, but with a soul behind it. Jesus. That's brutal. The soundtrack and the vocals are also absolutely fire. The game is also pro LGBTQ+, which I really like.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, that game. I mean, but still, it's like, hey, you know that thing that everybody likes that sucks? It's like that, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah. And Pokemon is what I'm talking about, actually. Just so we're clear, I talked about a lot of stuff in this review. It's Pokemon that sucks. Don't get it twisted. Jesus,
hey, there's something about that family member that is supportive but doesn't know the slang.
They're supportive but clumsy, which is a lot of what these are.
They don't understand it, but they're with you. They're on your side. And I like that. Like, they have some learning to do, but you know what?
They got some growing, but their hearts are definitely in the right spot, which is just
that's where I went there.
Yep.
But yeah.
Well, Cam,
definitely
we did it.
Yeah, you have to buy this game right now.
I'm going to. I'm very glad we did this episode today because I have to hold off on getting it, as we said. But anyway, thank you for joining us on our show. Kim, do you have any genuine reviews for folks? Actual things you're playing.
Actual things
or shows you're watching or whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, Ted Lasso just ended and we're rewatching it. And the first episode, there's so many callbacks in the last episode. So if you are watching Ted Lasso, person who is listening to this, go back after you finish the show, watch the first episode.
Okay.
Got to do it.
That rules.
How about you, man?
I have been playing. I beat Zelda, by the way.
Oh my God, don't even talk to me.
I beat it. I did it. I got to the end. I saw the final boss fight. I did it. This is the last thing I'll say on Zelda. Everyone who is holding off on doing the temples, that is wrong.
Yeah, do the temples. Do the temples, Emma.
It's wrong of you to not do the temples.
Do the temples.
It's an incorrect way to play. And actually what's fucked up is the game kind of shows you that when you beat them.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, by the way, it was wrong. You didn't do this earlier. So beat the temples.
Go beat the
temples. And yeah, I chose to beat the game almost immediately after the last temple because I was like, I can't anymore.
Just losing sleep.
Yeah. At this point,
I lost 4 pounds.
The other thing I've been playing is Darkest Dungeon 2.
Oh yeah.
That game is really fun.
Great soundtrack.
It is like a J curve of difficulty where for a while it's just terrible. Like you die all the time and then suddenly you die less.
Okay.
But it's Darkest Dungeon 2. And I will say this, a good game, but it's not your dad telling you he cares about you.
Okay. So,
yeah, go give us a good review on the podcatcher of your choice. Apple Podcasts is a good one. If you want to send us a review, it's listentoplayertwo@gmail.com. Check out all the cool stuff at momhatstudios.com.
Oh yeah. We also do that.
Yeah.
Our TikTok is on fire.
Yeah, Mom Hat Studios TikTok. It's great. I'll read one final review because that seems to be what Jeff would do here, wherever he is. Dead. I'm assuming.
Dead, probably, yeah.
This is from Steam user. This is from Steam user Panzer. And I think you know what it's going to say, Kim. Better than the last Pokemon games in every way.
Well, at least they were straight to the point.
Yeah, I know.
They really
knocked it out of the park.
They were not afraid to tell you what everybody else was dancing around.
Yep. And it's that. My name is Jeja.
And my name is Kim. And this has been Listen to Player 2. And Dark Souls is my real mom and dad.
Really? Big reveal.
Yeah. This whole time we were talking about it. It's been awkward.